Stats. A little bit of a different video today, as I'll be ranking the 6 divisions in Major League Baseball. I really did not have any criteria needed for each division ranking. I just made my list 1 through 6 and we'll go from there. So let's get started. Coming at number 6, I have the American League West. That division consists of the Astros, Angels, A's, Mariners, and Rangers. So we'll go team by team for a quick little review of them. The Astros, they're a weird team. I can see them coming in fourth, but I can also see them coming in fourth. So they're kind of hard to pick. They have pretty good hitting and okay pitching. It's just that, it's just they're kind of a weird team to pick because they did lose Springer and some other pieces. So we'll see what they do. The Angels, they really don't have any pitching. Their hitting is good though. But I just don't think they're competitive, really competitive yet. The A's, they've lost a lot this offseason, so I'm not sure if they're going to be as competitive as they have been as they won the division the last year in 2020. The Mariners, they are kind of in a rebuilding phase, but not very far away from being competitive again. And the Rangers, though, are possibly the worst team in the AL. So the American League West is kind of hard to pick a winner right now, which really does not make it a great division. There's really no clear favorite, and the competitive level of those teams is just not there right now. I don't see that being a overly compelling division to watch and kind of track and follow over the course of the season, so that's why it comes in last. Coming in 5th place is going to be the National League Central. The National League Central consists of the Cubs, Reds, Brewers, Pirates, and the Cardinals. The Cubs, they're kind of trending in the wrong direction, but they're still an okay team, at least in the division, since it's kind of a weak division. The Reds had a down 2020. I feel like they have a lot of question marks on their team. The upside, I feel it could be there, but it's not really at a point where I can really predict them to make the playoffs or anything. The Brewers are kind of a sneaky team, but still not particularly good. The Pirates are the worst team in baseball, I think, by far. And the Cardinals are the clear division favorite with the addition of Nolan Arenado. So there is a clear favorite, like I just said, the Cardinals. But then there's also just 2 or 3 kind of teams. And that just really pushes it down on the list a little bit. I really can't put them much higher, that division. Coming in 4th place is going to be the American League Central, consisting of the White Sox, Indians, Tigers, Royals, and Twins. The White Sox are an up-and-coming team. They are very young and fun to watch. I would expect them to finish either first or second in this division. Definitely one of the better teams. The Indians, they traded Lindor and Carrasco, which is definitely going to be a tough pill to swallow. Really awful hitting they have outside of Jose Ramirez, but fantastic pitching, which I think will keep them in the playoff hunt. I'm not exactly sure if they'll get there, but at least they'll be in contention. The Tigers and Royals have been rebuilding, and they still will be rebuilding. They've been rebuilding for a while. They're both getting closer, but I don't think they're there just yet. And the Twins are one of the better teams in the division, definitely above average. One of the better teams in the division, like I said, but still not one of the teams where I go, wow, that team's good. So that's why it's just an average division. Some good teams, not ultra competitive, so that's why it's at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is going to be the American League East, which consists of the Orioles, Red Sox, Yankees, Rays, and Blue Jays. The Orioles are rebuilding. They're not there yet, clearly. I think they're probably the 5th place team. The Red Sox are probably the 4th place team right now, who are kind of under the radar, kind of rebuilding right now. Not true competitors. They might be able to get to around the 500 mark, but that's about it in my opinion because they don't really have any pitching right now. The Yankees, they're one of the top teams in the division, arguably the favorites to win the AL East right now. They're my pick at the moment, and they're going to be in there like they are every single year. The Rays are still on the raid. A lot of people just say they lost Snell and Morton, and they just stopped right there. But I trust the Rays, their process. They are very smart there, and I still think they'll be competitive this year, even though losing those 2 pitchers. Definitely top 3 in the division. And then you have the Blue Jays, who are much improved. They have a big offseason, signing Springer and a couple other people. They will be competing for the division. I'm not sure if they'll get first, but they'll definitely be in the hunt for the wild card. So the AL East is definitely a solid division. There are 3 teams that I can easily see winning the division. But then there's 2 teams kind of holding it up in the Orioles and Red Sox, which is just why maybe it can't get second or even first. But coming in second is going to be the National League West. You have the D-backs, Rockies, Dodgers, and Padres, the top 2 teams in the division, and then the Giants. The D-backs, they're not great. They have a chance for a surprise because they always say they're bad when you expect them to be good, and good when you expect them to be bad. They were bad last year, so according to that theory, they should be good this year, at least a little better than they were, because they were awful last year. but I don't think by any means they're one of the top teams in the division. Probably their peak would be around 500, slightly over. But again, not much excitement around the D-backs right now. Rockies are a bad team. I think 5th place probably in the division right now. They are just not very good. Dodgers and Padres, clear 2-team race in the division, which really makes it the number 2 division overall, in my opinion. Dodgers are World Series champions. They even added Bauer and have David Price coming back. Their hitting also is just insane. Crazy good team. And so are the Padres, as they had a very, very good offseason. Probably the best, either them and the Mets for winners of the offseason. Clear rivalry between them and Los Angeles. I think that fuels this division, number 2 overall. That's really about it. The Giants, they're an okay team. Not good enough in my opinion. They're kind of an older team. Just not going to cut it for me. So the National League West, clear 2-team race, but the number 2 overall division, because those 2 teams are arguably the best 2 in baseball. But coming in at number 1 is going to be the National League East. The Braves, Marlins, Mets, Phillies, and Nationals are in the division. The Braves are a spectacular team. I don't understand why all these projections are putting them so low at like 83, 84 wins. I think they're borderline 100 wins. That's how good I think they are. The Marlins, they're a young team. They're not there yet, but they showed you last year that there could be something making the playoffs. They have very underrated pitching, in my opinion, with a young team. They're not there yet, but like I said, they'll be there in a couple of years. The Mets, they're much improved, adding Lindor and a couple other people, many other people actually. Adding to the core they already had, they will compete for the top of the division, 1, 2, or I guess 1 or 2 at this point. The Phillies, they're not terrible, but definitely not the top of the division. Maybe if the Phillies were in the American League West, I'd make an argument for them to be in first place. But in the NL East, they're not first place. They're probably more middle to even low. The Nationals, I feel like they're kind of mixed right now. I've heard varying opinions about them. You know, they have very good pitching, at least in the top 3 in the rotation. They also have Juan Soto and Trey Turner, 2 of the best young hitters in the league. But then, like, aside from those people, they really have kind of like an extremely old team or an extremely young team, which I just don't think they're going to be good, but just not, I think, at the top of the level where the Braves and the Mets are. So the NL East, I think, has 5 competitive teams in it, which is why I ranked them number 1. I think by far they're the best division and the most competitive they will be in 2021. That's all for Patch Stats today. If you want to watch some more Patch Stats, this is my most recent upload, and this is a video that YouTube recommends you watch. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.